Hi, I'm Chris Worst with RC Worst & Company. Today I'll be showing you how to correctly use Franklin Electric's new solar selector tool, the SubDrive Solar Selector. This tool enables users to correctly input geographical location and a few system design points to then calculate the corresponding pump package and required number of solar panels to do the job. Starting out, the Solar Selector tool can be found on our site, located under the Franklin Electric products in the Our Products line tab. Select the SubDrive SolarPAK option, and once you're on this page, you go about midway down and you can see the Solar Selector tool here. Click on that. Once the tool is opened, there's a few things that need to be taken care of before you start pounding away and entering all the different fields that are available here. The first thing you want to check is to make sure that your geographical location is correct. In order to change that, all you got to do is click on the locate, look up your location button there, and then you can scroll around the map and select your location. You can type it in. For this particular system that we're going to be using as an example, we're going to build it around the Coeur d'Alene area, as that's where we're located. And the next piece of information that the system's looking for is the total dynamic head. Of course, that's not to be confused with the pumping height. This is referring to the total system head. Personally, I like to work in feet, so if you're the same as I, you're probably going to want to make sure to change that specific measurement there. For the system where we're using it as an example, we've got a total dynamic head of 180 feet. The reason it's somewhat low head is because this system here is just used to fill a cistern as opposed to have a pressure setup, and thus has a lower head. The total amount of water that we're hoping to get per day, based on about 300 gallons per user. This particular system is just a small cabin, 2 users, so really they're only looking to get upwards of 600 gallons per day. Make sure again to change your measurement to gallons. Once you've got that piece of information input into the system, it's going to give you some solar hours, and what this is actually the power that's available, solar power that's available throughout the different times of the year, just based on annual averages. You can choose to either size the system based on annual solar yield, or you can base it on peak months. For example, if you were sizing a system that's only used during the summertime, you may want to increase the estimated usage and so forth in order to kind of compensate and get a system that's more dialed in to the customer's use. Another thing to remember is this tool does offer the British and national pipe thread options. Make sure to switch it to the NPT option should you be here in the continental United States. So you can see here that once I've got that information input into the system, it's already made a recommendation for this 5SD-SP system here. This particular system is going to be able to accomplish the design characteristics that I've put forth into the system. So you also have access to other bits of information when you're at this point, as far as getting an idea of the system curve, where your particular pump is falling on the curve, so on and so forth. You can also see you've got flow rate and cable size chart, just to help verify that you're using the correct size cable for running the power to and from. And moving forward, the more technical aspect of sizing the system is actually selecting the correct number of panels to use. So that's done by selecting the solar panel options button here at the top of the screen. And we happen to know that the solar panels offered through Franklin Electric have similar characteristics in the sense that when you select the solar panel off of our website, we'll just pick the base package here, scroll down, and you can see you've got your wattage information, your voltage information, so on and so forth. This information is going to be used in the solar tool in order to size the number of panels required for the system. So jumping back over to the solar selector tool here, we know the panels that we offer are, let's see, 265 watt panels. They have a 31.9, so since this does not accept decimals, we're rounding up, 32 volt. And the VOC on this particular panel is 38.1, so rounding down on that one. Once we've calculated that out, it's going to give us some additional information, and you can see that information is now generated. I clicked a couple of times just to prompt the application to actually run the calculation. It seems like if you just input the characters and there's no submit button or anything of that nature, so you've actually got to initiate a couple of clicks once in a while in order for it to actually execute the calculation. So you look down here, it's saying 8 panels, well, number of panels per string 8, number of strings 1, so that tells me we only need 8 panels to run this particular system. We're going to have excess wattage, so what that's going to result in is your system being able to operate and also charge while it's operating, kind of a nice excess feature, so as to enable you to run the system while also charging it. So once you know how many panels are required for the particular system that you're looking for, you can then go to our site, and we'll just go to our Franklin Electric product line here, once again to the SubDrive SolarPAKs, and then select our solar panel kits. And you can see here we've got a number of kit options available. We want to select the 8 panel option, which would be the 8-SWP, whereas we've got a 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth, all the way up to 12, which are the packages offered through Franklin Electric. So once you've determined which panel you need to order, you can then place your order, and you know what components are going to be required in order to make that solar system work. So should you have any questions or anything of that nature, feel free to contact Franklin Electric directly and or RC Worsting Company, and we would be happy to answer any questions you may have and or troubleshoot any system issues that may come up. Thank you.